Alright guys, you're welcome back to my channel. This is the voice of Zaza Graphics. Well, it's been a while since I made a YouTube video. But however, I will be creating a new design. This particular one. So this design will be recreating this here in Pixellab. I actually used Photoshop in designing this, but however, we'll be making use of Pixellab to create it. Without any further ado, let's go straight to the tutorial. But Snapseed wouldn't have been better because Snapseed will still give me back my image with background. So I'll be using this one, Photoshop Express. So I will try and locate my image wherever I have it on my device. So I'll just come here and select. So this is the image. I want to add a bit of touching on it. So I'll come here, come to adjustment. So I'll increase the clarity. I want it to be clear, and I'll come to sharpening. I will kind of add sharpen to it. I'll sharpen it a bit. Alright, so I will come to green. Okay, I added a bit of green on the image, not so much because I just want that greeny feel. Well, but however, okay, let me give it 3. So I'll be adding contrast to it. Then the shadows, let's leave the shadows. Let's see if I had a bit of shadow to it. But our texture should have texture somewhere around here. Texture. Wow, so this, so it's actually not having texture. So let me just add a bit of green to give it, no, because let me just leave it because I'll still be having some grainy feel again. So I'll come to saturation, then I'll reduce the saturation. Alright, so I'll reduce it to about this particular one. So don't worry, I'll send you this image I desaturated. So I just want the black to pop. Let's alright, so this is what I'll be sticking with. So I'll just come here and I'll save to gallery. Alright, so I will just stretch it to this side, move it somewhere around this place. Okay, so I'll just come here and I'll lock this, keep this in mind. So the next thing, I'll just come here and I'll create a shape for using this particular color code. So this is the color code 210927. So this is the color code 210927. So you just come to this place, erase whatever is there. Now input this particular number. You see a check mark here. Make sure you click on it. The mark is going to be like this. Just click on it. Make sure you click on it before you click on OK, even though it's not going to work. Click on it first, then click on OK, then click on this. So you have this. So I'll just manually adjust my shape. I can still better change the background, but don't worry, I just leave it this way. Okay, I'll click on this check mark and I'll send this to the back. Okay, so I have this. So I'll now lock it. So I have this particular element. So I'll bring it to the front. So what I'll be doing is I'll come to eraser. I will erase this area. Okay, now I have that. I'll come to erase color. I'll get rid of this. I'll increase the tolerance to get rid of the whole of those whites. Okay, so I'll leave it like this. So I'll come to color. I'll enable the color. I'll change the color to this. So this is the color code for this one, FA869 6FD. FA86FD. So I'll click on check mark, click on OK. So I will now increase the size. I'll increase the size. Okay, so I will Alright, so increase the size, and so come here to rotation, then we'll rotate it and flip it this direction. So just you can come to this particular area. So I think I will just come to, you know what, I'll send you my original one, the one I did in. So I'll lock this. So I will copy this. So I will come to rotation. So we'll put it in 67 instead. It was like opposite. But you know what? For this, I think I'll stick with this, but I'll still have to kind of. I'll have to increase it. Alright, so I want. Okay, so I think I will come to this erase color. I don't want all this. Okay, those blurry thing I'm saying, I don't want it, but don't worry, I'll just have to stick with it like this. So the next thing I'll be doing here is I will. Okay, so I will come. So this particular area, and bring this here, and I will change the color to this guy here. Alright, so I'll come to eraser. I'll just. That's why I always recommend you just come here and increase the size and just brush there. However, so you can see there I'm still seeing like some particles. So just increase the size to make so. Okay, so I will just come here and lock this out. For my model, I am thinking of just bringing closer to this particular side, and just come here. Maybe I'll just manually increase this one here and position this here. Okay, so I will lock this. Maybe I can reduce the size a bit. Alright, so the next thing we'll be doing is we'll be writing the name of the lady. Let me use my brand guideline, one of the font I use for my brand. If you've been following me closely, I guess you'd have gotten the name of the font by now. Is Montserrat Adebisi Eniola. Alright, so I just had to use Adebisi Eniola. Okay, so I'll just position this one here. Now alignment is very key, so try and get it to be kind of arranged. Use your eyes. So again, I'm actually using like a center alignment, so I'll kind of use yellow. Or let me come and use you can come here and play with any of this your Pixellab fonts. Okay, it will still go with it from. Okay, so we'll work with this. I still don't know the name of the kind of color I used, but however I will still make use of this like this. So I'll come to bring in a shape. So I'll just bring in it, put in this way. So I will come here and I'll Okay, now I'll come to stroke 5. I'll using the stroke color. Okay, 4. Alright, so we have this. So I'll just put this on like this here, and I will just, so I'll bring in a different shape. I'll bring in a different shape, and I will lock the, just position this one into the middle also. Then I'll copy this, edit this, okay. So I'll just come here now, merge the 3 of them. Wow, it's taking a while. Alright, if you just joined me for the first time, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll come here, and it automatically takes away the white. So I'll just position this here. So I don't have any text, so I'll just come here and bring in any text. So I'll still make sure it's in center alignment. So the size, the size matters of my prayer, matters a lot. So you can still choose to reduce the size a bit. Okay, so this is, you can still, however, decide to just reduce the size a bit. Okay, so I'll just stick with it this way. Then I have some other tone paper effect which I tone paper. Okay, so I'll just stick with this one, just use any one. So I'll change the color to this. However, in my main design I duplicated it. So I'll just come here and like, okay, so this one, so this one I will bring this down a bit. Okay, so I'll stick with it this way, and I will just lock these two. So I'll just come here and you know what, I'll just copy the name. Then this time I'll use the color for my background, and I'll just double click, and I'll just write blessings, and I'll make it bold, Montserrat bold, and I'll just increase it. Okay, size, blessings. Okay, so we'll copy, duplicate, long life. So we are almost done. So I have a particle here, I have one of my particle which I brought in, so I'm just going to make it visible and bring it to the front. Then it's here, so I'll just change the color to that of my background. Okay, so I'll try and position it this way. I don't want those sharp edges to be positioned this way. Then I will position it somewhere around behind the lady, so I will also copy it now. So these sharp edges, I depends on how you want it anyway, so I don't want it to be like this, so I'll just come here to rotation and I'll just flip it the other way around, or I can just come to and I'll just flip it like this. Alright, so we'll just make it of it like this. Okay, so we are almost done. So I'll also send this one so to the back of the lady, in case I don't want any particle to just be on those, will just be reflecting on my design. Alright, so the next thing we'll be doing is I will come to, I don't like the way my texts are, so okay, we have right up, so I'll just come here, come to this, I will just, yeah, I think I will just increase the size a bit. Okay, so wow, the alignment is not, so most times you just use your eyes to gauge this thing is at the center. And also I noticed that one is not properly placed. Just using my eye to gauge it, I discover it's not properly placed. Okay, so so we are done. So just remain this my text. So what was it? October. It was in capital letter or small letter. Let's move it to the front. It was in capital letter. It was definitely white. So I will stick to this and I will make it Montserrat to regular. So whenever you're using something like this in Pixellab, so I made use of this one here, and we'll just come to October and we'll just come to curve. Alright, so we'll make sure it's at the center. So I'll duplicate this. This time I will make use of, I'll put this sign here now, this time 20. Hearing, but you just have to stick with it like this. It's at least it's manageable. Okay, so we will keep it like this. I'll just come here, copy it, double click, and just make my 21st October. Okay, so and this time I will make sure it is aligned to the center. Just don't worry, just ignore that you're not seeing anything. So the reason we're not seeing anything is because of this that is on. So I'll just, so instead of I just turn it like this, I'll just come here and bend this the other way around. So you can just come here and just make sure the alignment, the spacing. So this time I can make this one bold, Montserrat bold. So I'll give it the same color of my yellow. So I can just come here and reduce the size. Okay, so you know what, this October and this one, let's just merge them now. Now I wanted to make them together, but I'm taking time, and this one now is already still taking time. So just come here and still position it at the center. Alright, so we now merge this particular one. We can just come here and change the color of these two, this one. Then now we can now successfully merge this. Okay, now we've gotten this, so we can just come in. You can copy it, something I did. So though I use Photoshop for that and I just use overlay, I'll just reduce the opacity. So this is one imperfection of Pixellab. I don't like the way the text is. You can see there's kind of no space. I missed it, but I don't want to go far again. If you can just adjust it and get something nice, the best thing is just reduce the size of those 2023 and the like. So we just fix this one here, make sure it's at the center. Then we could just come here and I'll just come to this, click on draw, click on this color, this one, 21 pen size. Then I'll tap it on this here. So I'll increase the size. Alright, so I'll increase the size, so I can just position this one here. Okay, now this is not totally necessary, it's not. So you can just come and reduce the opacity of this. Let's make it 50. Okay, then we'll just come and save image and just save as ultra. Okay, like I said, that's what's not necessary at all. I still forgot to do something. Do you actually believe I forgot to do something? Well, actually, what I forgot to do at first was, before you even start creating anything, there's a particular step I should have done first, because that's what I actually did in my original one. The first thing, okay, what I did was just that I'll just come here and I'll copy my background, then I'll just save this as, you can just save as custom. Okay, I wouldn't have even used any process. I would have just come here first, click on this area, just forget about saving whatever I just saved. Now come to this one first, click on this and just come here and change my original background to this. So definitely this one now is not needed. So then I would have just come to this place, come here and add noise to it. But however, this noise is giving it a different color, but it's supposed to be okay. Let's just add noise to it. So I'll come to brightness and I'll reduce the brightness. Now you can see I'm still having the same thing. So this is what I should have done. This is what I should have done. you saved. But however, since I didn't do that first, I can just come to adjustment side and create the clarity of the job. Something is wrong somewhere. Okay, yeah, nothing is wrong. So I'll increase the clarity to about this, then I'll come and sharpen it, then I'll just leave the, so let's just add a bit of the haze to this. You can see it's actually getting darker. Then I'll add green. This is what I should have added. Okay, now this is contrast. Okay, now this is contrast. Then is it necessary for shadows? Just take this down. Actually forgot to do a lot of things anyway. Well, in this one I created, the one originally I made, the original one I made, I didn't do, I actually did add time because I was just thinking, and I played very well with it. So, and now to me now, like this lady is actually looking flat on this, so I'll just come to next year. Whatever you use in editing, you can, so you just come to what I mean by I forgot a lot of things was that I was supposed to like add shadow to this lady's image. I would have just okay, let's just click on the lady's image. This, where is the other one? Okay, this one. Then we'll just come here to shadow. So then we'll just come here and reduce the strength of the shadow. So the shadow is not going to be too obvious, but it will be obvious. So then before we just enhance, so the image is not going to appear to be kind of flat on the design, to just be as if the person was there. Now that's one of the things of shadow. Alright, so that's all for this particular video. I'll see you in the next one.